Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. Tonight, I'm doing a roundup of this month, and yeah, talking about one subject. I'm trying to do these monthly to do a to sum up what happened the month before. And as I've said, I'm trying to doing them monthly. So yeah, if at some point more people will want to join this and maybe have some questions and maybe talk a bit about games and stuff, I will be here. And although I have to say that don't feel quite good, I'll just try to power through it. So what do I have here? Yeah. So, this month was a pretty the last month, the month of September. September. What's wrong with me? The month of March was. I'm sorry. I have a lot of things on my mind, and I'm trying to get through all of them at once, and it's hard to focus on just one. So I'm trying to focus just on one. So month of March 2023. I did in total a number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 streams. 3 were in Romanian, and I had the rest were in the English language. Well, most were on this channel, and I'm going to talk about all of them one way or the other. I'm trying to get to the so I can talk about them. So first, let's talk about what I did on the channel. Let's get here. So I did a couple of interviews. So 1, 2, 3, 5 interviews this month, which were, well, I think there did some interviews this month with Joris Vierzinga, with Sam McDonald, with Stan Kordonski, with Stephen Bonacore, and with Roberto Di Meglio. So let's take them step by step. I have enjoyed doing all of them, as I always do. It was an interesting discussion with all of them. The longest one was with Joris. It's almost 1 hour and 40 minutes. But, well, he's the guy from Splotter. So Splotter makes longer games, unusual games. So the interview itself was unusual and not unusually long. It was 1 hour. It's the longest interview I've made. And I went with it because the discussion was interesting, and also I didn't want to really stop. If he had so many things to say, I went along with it, and it was fun. So it is Plotter. Well, a longer interview. You could watch the interview to see how it went. The next one was with Sam McDonald. He's the co-designer of the Outside the North trilogy, which was mainly done. I think it was only done by Shem, which you all can also find in an interview on the channel. Sam does all the other trilogies with Shem, or Shem does all the other trilogies with Sam. They both work on the on each game, and they have managed to make pretty different games. So they're now in the South trilogy, and we have I think the East one. No, I hope I'm not wrong. So it was a fun interview to talk to the other side of the design and see how different they are. It was fun to find out that they were both rocking on the same band. This one I found it. Sam told us that Shem was quite quiet about it. And this was my third interview with Stan Kordonsky, which was quite closer to home, let's say, because he's Ukrainian, and Ukraine Romanian is a Romanian neighbor. Uh, a small part of Romania is in today's Ukraine, so yeah. It was interesting to talk to a guy who grew up in almost the same period when I grew up, and to talk about growing up in a communist country. How how was that, and how was it to move from a communist country to a whole different culture, the culture of having everything, of being allowed to talk about whatever you want to talk about, and so on. The culture of freedom. We grew up in a culture of not being able to say anything. Not us per se, but our families. We were quite young when we grew up, but we still felt some of the of not having. We didn't have a lot when we were kids, small kids. It was fun talking and then picking his brain about gaming in general. And it was quite fun doing the one with Stephen, with the podfather of gaming, with Stephen Bonacore. It was yeah, he is in the hobby. He has been in the hobby for a long, long time, and yeah, it's fun talking. He talks a lot. It was fun interview to make. The last one was Roberto Di Meglio, which reinforced my idea that I should do this interview because I will always be surprised. It was quite a surprise to see that Roberto was in the hobby from the beginning of his working life. He worked in this hobby on different levels, and he has been here since the beginning. He played games throughout all his life, and yeah, it's interesting to see how different and of a cultural shock in a way can be, how things were in a Western civilized country and how were in a Eastern not civilized country, how Romania was in the say 70s, 80s, and what huge differences were back then. Yeah, very little games were in Romania, mainly classical card games. It was fun, and I saw like all the surprises I get every time I make these interviews. Hello, hello D. So you're there somewhere listening. I'm glad you are. Okay, and let's talk about the playthroughs. We did the playthrough for Viscounts of the West Kingdom with both expansions. I think we did some rules, not the rules errors. I think we missed a slight rule. When you give up a card, you receive some benefits, and I don't think we got the benefits when we gave up some cards. We also gave up some cards which did not give you benefits, or too many benefits. But other than that, I still like this game. I think that both expansions add a bit too much stuff. I would have, if you ask me, I would have taken part of one and some part of one expansion and part of another expansion, made one expansion, which was, I think, was quite the best. But if you have them all, you should put them all, because I like some parts of one expansion and some parts from others. I do like these chests, which give the opportunity to players to make some comboing, which is always nice, and it transforms a bit how you do things. And I do like I forgot how they are called. These new characters introduced, the purple ones, which give you some end game scoring points, and if you take them at the beginning of the game, you practically focus a little bit more. And in order to take those, you need to take some other types, another type of card, which is this type of card, which is I forgot how it's called. I'm sorry. But when you take this, when you hire normal townsfolk, you can also take one of these. When you hire a hero, I think you can also, or a townsfolk. You can also you can hire a card like this card, and when you play this card, you can hire one of these new townsfolk who come to town and give you points at the end of the game. Um, yeah, it's even heavier than it was with both expansions. You have the multitude of choices. It's fun to have it. I don't know. I wouldn't say these expansions are necessary, but if you like the game and I do like what these the chests add and these cards add. So yeah, quite fun. I think that the base game is rounded enough and pretty good. I like it a lot and the expansions add a lot more cards, many more cards, which add to replayability. Cards which you also cards for here, for townsfolk cards. So yeah, you can see my thoughts, but I like it. It was fun, and it was fun playing it a few more times, a lot, and I do like having this opportunity to replay some games and see if I still enjoy them after I have played some newer games. And I do still enjoy it, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy having it on the table. It Yeah, these are also cool. The new player boards, which are cardboard now, they are not flimsy anymore, and yeah, quite yeah. These alone, I think they worth taking that expansion. Yeah, quite fun having this. Let me take you closer to it. Oh, where are you, Scooby Dooby Doo? Where are you? Here it should be. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. They made the new player board, and they made it cardboard because you needed to add the chests here. And when you add chests, like I said, you create smarter combos at the end. During the game, if you have a card here, if you have this symbol, then that symbol the hammer symbol, that symbol transforms itself now into a cross and I don't know what's this square symbol. I don't know. The square has it, and this symbol. So you practically you have the possibility of doing more. You have the possibility to do more combos, and you don't need to always take certain cards. You can go you can go other routes. Yeah. Um, yep. So that was Viscounts. We have played Glenmore Toy Chronicles. We added Chronicle 11. Well, this is one of my favorite games out there. You'll see our top 50 doing next week. You might see it there somewhere. I like this game a lot. I want to play it again, adding another Chronicle. As I've said, we've played with Chronicle 11. I will always play with Chronicle 11 because it transforms. I don't say it transforms, but add a lot of strategy of long-term planning to a more tactical game. This game also has long-term planning, but because you need to think ahead a bit. But with this, this is way deeper in the thought process. Adding the 11th Chronicle, and I think it's worth the expansion. It's worth buying if you really like this game for this module. I think also Chronicle. There is a Chronicle which allows you to grow up on some tracks and get some. It has, well, I think all Chronicles are pretty good, and I do want to try it with. Out of what I've read most, because mostly I've played this game bare bones. I've played it without Chronicles. I've played it all plays of it. I have played it only um, with in its base game, and I have, as I've said, I do not really like it as a two-player experience as a base game. But when I have added this, I think it's even a better two-player experience with this expansion. And there are some expansions which I really want to try. I hope I'm gonna get to them, and I will play this game when I'm gonna get the chance. Maybe in the month of May, who knows? And this was, um, what game is this? Glenmore Chronicles, Glenmore 2 Chronicles. Another playthrough which we did was Railways of Portugal, the game designed by Vital Lacerda. This was fun because I do like Railways of the World. I still love this game. It's so distilled, so simple mechanically, but it's a game where you have to always, you need to have a strategy, but also you need to adapt, because everything in this game is about delivering those cubes in order to get those points. And whichever thing you do, take cards, upgrade your locomotive, build rails, is to see how you can move those cubes as efficient as possible. This map, especially, I really liked it because I think it's a very balanced map. You need to, on other maps you could, I don't know, go high on the bonds, and maybe the scoring track will allow you to build the empire in a certain way that you are able to not lose that much. But in this game, you cannot take a lot of bonds, because you'll be punished. This is tight, so you need to balance your actions pretty well. I have enjoyed it a lot. I think it's for a two, or even for a 2 or 3 player. I don't know if I would play it for. I think it's up to 5 Portugal. If it's up to 5, I would never. I mean, yeah, you would really need yeah, you need to hate your friends to play a game of 5 on a map like this. Even 4 is going to be tight, but it's manageable, I think, with 4. 5, ooh boy. Um, there are. It depends on the type of player you are. If you really enjoy that cutthroat nature of a game, yeah, go for it. Go 4 or 5. I think it's up to 5. I hope I'm not wrong. Fun game, always recommended. Then we have played an oldie. I wouldn't say a goldie. I do like this game a lot. I do like what it offers. I haven't played it in a long time. I have heard that Delicious Games is going to do a reprint of this game. I wanted to have a playthrough on the channel, so I said, okay, let's do it. Let's do the playthrough. Because in the end, why am I here? I'm trying to make some content which is useful for gamers who come and watch. Oh, maybe someone is interested in this game. So I like it. I do think it needs some changes for today's world of gaming. It does feel a bit old, and a bit. I don't think it needs a lot of change. I do think it needs better two-player rules, because I think as a two-player game, there's the same number of rounds in a two-player game that there is in a 4-player game. So I'm practically doing twice the number of actions in a 2-player game than I'm doing in a 4-player game. And the game is, I feel, is a round too long at least. So is it it has a good tightening mechanism that's pretty good, where you will need to to tighten up the board, but the number of actions is kind of the same with a 4-player game. In 3 players, I do not believe. Sorry, I do not believe you will have the same number of turns. So you need to be careful with that. I enjoy it. I do like the planning in it. I do enjoy the puzzle of how many boats am I doing here, down here. Let's go to the shipyard, because everything that you do in this game is for is building ships. I'm trying to find my board, but it's so hard to find. All the things that I'm doing is I'm building ships here in order to send them here on the canals on a shakedown cruise and then score points. So how I have a shipyard of 9 spaces. In those 9 spaces, I can build up to 3 small ships, or maybe, as I did here, a huge ship, which I send, and I try to score as many points as I can this way. I have some tech here, which allows me to do some stuff. And I do like the long-term planning that this game offers. I'm curious to see what they will do in the new edition. If they're going to want to send me a review copy, I will kindly do another playthrough of it and talk about the differences between, is it improved, or maybe it's not, maybe it's worse, who knows. Hopefully. I do think that Sushi is a smart guy and knows that since 2009, since this game came out, knows how the gaming world evolved and what he needs to do to transform a bit this game, which it doesn't need a lot of work. It needs some tweaks here or there to make it quite from the production point of view and from the mechanism wise, and talking about mechanism, I think he knows what to adapt and tweak for today's standards. Otherwise, I think it's quite a classic, and I think it's still worth it. And it's a game that it shouldn't be shelved and will remain in the history somewhere. A good new edition it's welcome. Let's go number our, I think it's 4th or 5th playthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th playthrough of this, and I will tell you why we did. Usually we try to get around 9 or 10 playthroughs per month, around 2 per week, but this month was rather different, and I'll tell you immediately why. So we did a 2 playthroughs, so there were 6 playthroughs this month, but we did 2 playthroughs. One is with chapter 3 and one for chapter 4 for Cloud Age, or how a friend called it, Clodage. He made it French. It's a Cloud Age is a game by Alexander Pfister that came out, I think, in 2020 during the pandemic, the good old pandemic, which hopefully we're out of finally. And it's a game about managing resources and doing some deck building and doing some push your luck. It has a lot of fun things, and I don't think there's someone who spoke badly about this game. There's nothing bad to talk about it, and it's quite fun to play. probably the I don't know, probably the theme, probably the fact that it's a Euro game that did not take the world by storm, but I find it fun, and I do like playing those chapters. I have played chapter 3 a bunch of times. We have played chapter 3 here on the channel, and then we have played it one more because we had it set up and we played it, and we finally we beat chapter. We did what we needed to do in chapter 3, so we went. You could choose from chapter 4a or chapter 4b. We could have chosen that, and we chose chapter 4a, and we've played chapter 4a. This is the next playthrough. And this one I won. The other one you can see D won. And the talking hand, which is present here apparently. It's it's I like it a lot. It made it into my it squeezed, maybe because it's fresh, into my top 100 right there in the 90s. Um, but I have liked it the first time when I played it. Um, I have liked it um, when I got the review copy from DLP and Anya, and we have played it a bunch, and we I was never bored. I'm never bored. Uh, I I do want to. It shares something with Expedition to New Dale, and I will play in the month of May. Expedition to New Dale. And I do want to see how it ranks. I still like New Dale more than because I like that theme more than I like this theme, but do like this one a lot, and I hope I don't know. I hope I'll manage to play it some more. Who knows? I think you can easily add an expansion to this game. You can easily add one or more tiles for terrains. You can easily add a story. Is so easy to add here because yeah, I don't know what is it in costs, but it's not hard to add story. But yeah, you can add different boards. You can add some new cards. You can add easily. I it, I don't know why this game was not. People were not talking more about this one. Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing it, and it looks good. I still think it's quite fun, a lot of fun to play. And these were the playthroughs which we did, and then we started our top 100. We went from right now on the channel. We went from 100 to 51. Next week we're going to start 50 to more, 50 to 1. We and 100 to 50 were just me and Radu. 50 to 51, sorry. 50 to 1, we're going to have a guest, which I think is going to be fun having him. Yeah, I can't wait to do those. You can find our top 100. I'm quite curious to see what you think about our games. And I can say, you can see here, I am quite. Let's see. Let's not spoil it. Um, you can see that you won't find all the new, only the newest and coolest and whatever. What's new? Only what's new. No, there are some new games there, but we talk about older titles, also titles which we enjoy a lot. And I will talk about them right now. So we have also played 3 more games on the Romanian channel, and I want to talk about them because the Romanian market is not huge right now. The localizations of games are mainly of lighter games, And I have played, I have received from a localizer, I have received Dog Park, which I liked it. I'm not a big fan of the theme, but I do think that the puzzle that it offers in here is quite fun. The puzzle of creating a tableau of cards, which is well tied together with whatever is in here. You get majorities for these, and they will be different for every game. So the utilitarian dogs are going to get 8 points for majorities at the end of the game. This game, but on the next game maybe you'll get only 1 point. So you'll have to rethink your strategy. All dogs have powers. Also, all dogs are different type of dogs, and yeah, you also get some objectives, which an easier objective and a harder objective, and to try to maximize everything, I find it rather fun, and it's quite fast. I would have liked another theme. I'm thinking of maybe a racing team, racing theme, where I don't know. These could be cards which you collect, and then or parts of cards which you collect for a car, which I don't know. You send it here on a racetrack. Who knows? Then just I don't know. Walking dogs. I'm not not a fan of walking dogs. I don't have a dog, so I don't know if I'm a fan or not. But yeah, I would have preferred a different theme. It would have been more fun to play it. But I I was surprised of how much I liked it, and if I have newer or players I know who like dogs, I will play this game without any second thought. Now let's go to. Then I've played. There was recently localized Carcassonne, the Winter Edition, which is fun. Yeah, it's Carcassonne. Come on, dude. What are you doing? I don't know what's happened here. You tell me what's happened here. Okay. Let's go like this. So it was fun playing it. I am not the biggest fan of Carcassonne. I think because in the beginning of the hobby, in my beginnings in this hobby, I have played Carcassonne night after night after night after night. This was one of my most played games in the beginning, but the Winter Edition is quite good to look at, and I think it could be a great winter themed game, a Christmas game to play around Christmas. So highly recommend this one. I can't say a bad word about Carcassonne. It's always fun trying to do the puzzle, but yeah, I was a bit tired with it, playing it that much. But from time to time, it's good. Also, I think Carcassonne goes up to 5, 6 or something like that. I'm a fan with 2 or 3 players, not more. This game, I think it plays well. I haven't played it with more, but yeah, I would want to play it with more. And I have played also another version of Carcassonne, which is called, I hope I'm not wrong. It was translated in Romanian, and I'm translating it from Romanian to English. It's Hunters and Gatherers. I hope this is the translation in English. Which was a nice reroute, a different path. I quite enjoyed this game, and this one is made by Klaus-Jürgen Wrede and Bernd Brunhofer, who did the Stone Age. So this game is Carcassonne in Stone Age, and you take fish, you gather fish, or fish are points, and you try to finish forests in order to get some special tiles. You get special tiles here. I also had some technical problems during this stream, but I have fixed them. Hopefully, never again. And yeah, but coming back to the game, it is quite fun, and I was quite. It felt different without feeling that it's not in the Carcassonne universe, without feeling it's a whole different game. Yeah, it is a Carcassonne, but it feels different enough to Carcassonne that yeah, it's a good spin-off. So I think I would prefer this one to the classic. It's the classic with first two expansions. I think I have never played. I have Carcassonne with the first two expansions. I'm talking about the classic game. Yeah, that came out. That came out. Who? A whole the beginning of the 2000s. So I do this one. I think I like the most. It was quite fun playing it. So, and this is what we did. We did some streams on both channels. So that's 14 plus 18 streams this month on both channels. So yeah, we tried as much as we could to do this. Well, outside the 3 were on the Romanian channel and the rest were on the English channel. So this is pretty much what we did this month. We kept ourselves busy. Next month, this month we already started. We finished so we started with 51 to 60 to 51, and we're next week we're going to try to go long. We're going to try to do Monday and Wednesday to go back to go all the way from from 50 to 11, and only the top 10 will be left out there. Yeah, it is quite it is, yeah, it takes some time, and because of this, because yeah, well, I have to juggle all balls in the air with things I have to do, and yeah, and the channel, and I'm trying to make it work. This is the the time that I, as much time as I spend it in doing this. Yeah, so this is what we did this month. Out of curiosity, I want to see if the stream is still alright. I haven't checked. Apparently it is. Oh, I hope whoever is coming, as always, I'm saying hello. I hope you're feeling good, feeling fine, and if you're here, say hello. If you have any questions, I'm here to ask those questions. Okay. As I was saying, this month, now what am I fighting with? There are going to be, hopefully this month is going to be full of playthroughs also. Now I'm fighting this one. Oh boy, what a game. I think it's gonna be a fun one. It is a game, I'm saying it from now, it's a game which was made for me. I do enjoy these kinds of games. I enjoy politics. I like talking about politics, about how the state works, about how economics work. I'm not a specialist in that, more in history than history and art, and then I am especially in the things I'm interested in, but I do like how things are interwoven. Now I will have a talk about this game, about hegemony. It's gonna be fun. hopefully we managed to do the playthrough of Endless Winter, which with everything ends a variant. I'm quite excited about that variant, and I hope also this month a playthrough of Tabanusi, because I got a review copy from Board and Dice, and I wanted to play Tabanusi for a while now, and I did not get the chance, so I want to play it. Finish our top 100 and trying to move on. If you have certain things which you would like to see played, is always nice to write somewhere. We have a Discord server where there is in the Discord server there is a topic which says English channel. If you come there, write something in English. We are a bunch of people there who talk. We talk in Romanian because that server started in Romania. But if someone else comes and wants to talk to us in the English language, we will talk to them also in English. And if more, I don't know, maybe we will, so we are going to like to talk in all languages possible. Yeah, I don't know, and probably I always, I always think at some point we will do a special stream next week, we hope. And this is how, because I'm tired, I forgot to say, this week in a way is sad for all of us board gamers, because we have found out, I think over the weekend, Klaus Teuber passed away. So I will talk for myself. I want to say thank you, Mr. Teuber, for doing what you did, and probably unknowingly taking us all into a journey which, transformed us one way or another, and it gave us good moments. Yeah, we all like to. Well, we don't play Catan. No one plays Catan, or seasoned gamers rarely play Catan. But Catan has a special part in board gaming history, a huge part in board gaming history, and it needs to be acknowledged. So, thank you, and may God take care of your soul. And I would like to talk about one thing, one only thing, which is review copies. I have at some point tried to talk to to different publishers, and at a point, not too many publishers do this. I have only two publishers of the ones that I have talked with have asked this, and I have refused cordially. I have said no. I usually don't get I don't say upset, but I feel that there is a lack of respect. If a reviewer asks for a review copy, and is somebody who tries to do this and try to do this as best as he can, and try to do this I'm not with a YouTube channel. I won't talk about Instagram. Instagram is a different thing. But if you do what I do, long form content, playthroughs, which need some equipment, which you need to use, which you need to know how to use, which you need to put into place in order to know how to use. So also it's a time investment, money investment, and so on. When you do this, You work. It is work. I know it's hard for people to understand, but it is work, and that's why I say to a lot of people, try to do what I'm doing. Make a setup, of 2 cameras, and a webcam. Understand how to use lighting. Um, Make it work. Put yourself out there. Do it without making any money for years, and then you can come and talk to me that it's easy to do. Until then, well, I can't really take you seriously. But yeah, I can't take critics too easy. But I want to go back to this. Certain companies, and there weren't too many, only 2 in my history of talking with companies, and I have talked with enough companies, have asked me for money to pay for the review copies, which of course I have said, no, I will not do that. I will not pay you to work. Yeah, I work for myself, of course, because I want to make this, but I'm also working for you. I'm showcasing your game. I am reviewing that game. I am putting hours and hours of playing that game. 6 plays. It's hours and hours. I will not pay to do that. I will not pay to work. I will continue working with companies which are at least send me games for free to work on them. And if I don't know if that won't happen anymore, I will do this. I'll have try to review a few games from my collection, and have fun. Try to have fun doing what I do, but I will not want to pay to work. And I find it a lack of respect when a company does that towards a reviewer, which do the things that I do. Yeah, of course, there are some bigger ones, bigger fish. Yeah, you pay those guys in one way or another. Well, I think that, yeah, of course, you could say no, and I can respect that. You can say, well, we like bigger fish, you're too small, and so on. I'm okay with that. I can respect that. But if you ask money, I have not invested in this because I want free games. No, not interested in that. I can get those games, the games that I want to, for far less money than I have invested in the equipment that I have here. So I'm doing this mainly because I like doing this, and it does give me a sense of satisfaction, a sense of fun, and as much as I can do it, it's not easy. It's tiring, and I have to do it. For example, I didn't want to do this tonight because I'm very tired, and I have been through a very painful period. I've been through a trial, and but I need to do some things, and I'm doing it. So I want the same respect that the guys who get paid to do it get. Okay, I'm too small, I cannot make money, I cannot ask money from publishers, but I don't want to pay you money. I want to pay money to a publisher to work and showcase your game. And I think the way my cameras work and the way I do the camera work shows a game in its entirety, show the pieces, show shows how it looks, and I think we talk a very much in deep or in depth about the game, and we try to make justice to it, try to put it in the best light we can. I The way I do my job, because it is a job and I have to take that into consideration, is I don't take it lightly. For example, I have played a lot of games which I don't like, and I prefer to not stream that game, and I prefer to write to those publishers and I say, look, I do not like it, and I will say why I don't like it. But why do I say I don't take lightly what I do? Because even if that game is what I consider a bad design, I've played a bad design 7 or 8 times to see if I can find something which is redeeming, which is good, which, I don't know, give a good idea back. And then I can certainly say, and with my argument, why it's a bad. But I will not use the time to also. I have invested enough time of trying to find those redeeming features. I can certainly say that it is a bad design, and I will say to a publisher, why do I think it is a bad design, and if it can be saved, if it can have a second edition, what I think about that design. And I will not stream it, because I do not like. I won't stream a game which I don't like, but I will always speak, as you will see. Watch Stroganov's final thoughts, post-game discussions, and there you're going to see my straight take on the game, what I feel it was done wrong, what I feel could be improved, and I do really think that game needs a second edition. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Maybe slowly, I'm trying to do these once a month, and maybe slowly we'll come and watch it. We will get into contact. Yeah, I don't like to speak alone that much. I hope I made sense. I do hope I made sense, and I do hope that I understand my point of view. So thank you. I want to thank everyone who came and watched live. As always, say hello. I want to thank everyone who watches after the fact. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. Keeps the internet alive. Hit that notification bell. It will tell you when we are having something new. Also, subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the easier it is for me to talk to publishers in the end. It won't transform me. I will not be another person, but it's easier to talk to publishers. And I want to thank my patrons, which are not many, but they're there for me, and I want to thank them a lot. If you are able to send €1, it's more of a morale boost than anything else, because let's face it, I'm just a dude. As a famous reviewer said, just another white dude. He was saying he's not interested in just another white dude, which is a form of racism in itself, because it's an ideology of that another white dude is bad. We won't look at what we are able to do. We're looking at our color. And he's one of those who is, embracing change. So I'm just another white dude from a Eastern European country. And yeah, I don't think I will make a lot of money on Patreon, but in the end, it's not. I don't know if I ever. I'm not good with money, anyways. I'm not good making money, so I'm not thinking of that. It's more a, even if it's €1 per month, it's a more of a morale boost that people say it's you're yeah you're worth something. Oh, hello Radu. Thank you for coming. I'm almost done. So I'll thank, as always, thank you Radu for being for being here, as always. And yeah, I will thank every publisher who came my way, all the interviewees who agreed to come and talk. There will be some good designers, which and some artists, which I can't wait to talk to. Until the next one, I will say what it says here. Play a lot, play loads, have fun, and bye bye, fine folks, wherever in the world you are.